guess we'll just go from here.
My list.
It's just going straight from here.
We don't have to do the list to start out with.
Oh, okay.
Let's
get some bevy.
Get some of that bevy.
Get some bevy.
You don't know about bevy, Chris.
No, I'm not. I'll get some bevy then.
This is the first thing we've done with Chris for a while.
Yes, the last thing we did with Chris was when we accidentally relived like the same day over again, and we went to see Spider-Man with
Christmas, and I had COVID.
Yeah, when we hung out with the man with no spleen.
What the heck? Bro, I was dead. I was so unalive at that time. I was like...
And then I got COVID like 3 weeks later, and Chris had his vaccine, so I guess it worked for him.
I'm goated.
Chris is good. I should probably not put this on.
That was so funny.
COVID didn't really hit you that hard. It hit me like a truck, though.
It hit me hard. For the first 3 days, I don't think I got out of bed. I was like laying in bed. I didn't
get out of bed for a week. It took me a week. Because fatigue absolutely trucked me in the face.
And then like towards the end of it, I was like, just kind of get away.
Yeah.
Get out of me, please. Please leave me alone. Get out of my house.
I remember,
stop taking my thing.
It was so funny because when you got COVID and when I got COVID, the first thing I went to Chris's chat and I was like, "Buddy, I've been around you. I got COVID,
dude,
man.
You might want to get yourself tested.
If you got COVID, you're gone. Like
I was so scared, but I didn't end up getting it, so it's all good.
No spleen.
No.
When I get diseases, I make sure to go and hang out with my closest friends that have the least amount of organs.
I hang out with the man that doesn't have an immune system and can die at any moment at any chance because he has no opportunity to live if he catches a cold. Welcome to the Couchcast, everybody.
This is the first one.
It's the first one.
There will be more.
The concept of the Couchcast is not complete. This is just the couch we're gonna sit on this time.
Yeah,
we have a couch.
Whole idea.
Do you want to?
You could travel to people's couches.
I had that idea.
So the first real idea of the couch podcast, that was the first Zeon and Devo themed idea. Mm-hmm. Before Zeon and Devo was a thing, we had the Couchcast, and it was just a bunch of like hour-long podcasts just in front of a camera and having microphones and being on a couch somewhere. Doesn't have to be inside.
Like in a park.
Place. Yeah, a park. Some random.
If we could get on like a roof somewhere.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
Roof podcast.
Just pull the couch up onto a roof.
Mm-hmm.
Just anywhere we could get a couch, we would do a podcast, and that idea kind of phased out as Zeon and Devo became more the main idea.
We had the idea of adventures with Zeon and Devo.
Yeah, that was after Couchcast.
We were gonna go like explore different places, but North Carolina is very dry for abandoned places.
we got a Belk.
We can go explore Belk at night.
Maybe Damien will let us in.
There's no places to go. So then we started Zeon and Devo. And then this man named Chris came along.
We were like,
hey. And he's sometimes here.
Hey, come here sometimes. Only sometimes, though. If it were all the time...
This is your first visit in 5 months to a video. So welcome back.
It's a rare occasion.
We're going to film this and then another video probably later tonight, the way it's looking. And Chris is going to be in it. So yeah. This is the Couchcast, where we sit on a couch and talk in podcast form.
Today's theme for the podcast is top 10 albums. Just any music genre, not rap, not just rock, not like definitely not country.
I don't have one on mine.
I don't have one.
You have one. You have one on your list.
Slightly. It's not very country though.
We'll get to that in a little bit. But this is our 10 favorite, not the best. Thriller is probably not on any of our lists. That's one of the greatest albums of all time. It's not on ours because I don't necessarily enjoy it as somebody that's 60 years old would. Thriller by Michael Jackson. I'm not going to enjoy that album the way some people will.
That's an album?
Yeah, it's like 9 songs. But that's not... This is our opinion, our favorite albums. Not our opinion on the best, but our favorite ones. And we made a list we made lists individually. So, what I was thinking, Mac, can you please stop? Hang on, let me get this from you.
Should we do honorable mentions first or second?
First. You go first and then start from like 10 or wherever your list ends, and then work our way to 1.
Okay.
So
I feel like that'd be best.
I have. Wait, I didn't listen to a thing. Do you want to go
No,
like?
we're doing honorable
honorable
mentions
mentions.
first. And then
Everybody
we're going
says
top-
they're 10, then
top
everybody
10
says
down.
they're 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait,
Mac, get down.
But we'll do honorable.
Mac, good boy. Okay, so to prove who goes first, we're gonna roll this dice. Whoever
decide.
It's just highest
gets the
numbers.
highest
Yeah.
Okay.
goes first. I'll go first. I had 4. So
Okay.
Devin,
I
you can roll yours.
I have
Is
10.
it 10?
Yep. What do you get, Chris? You've
He's gonna get 20.
15. Okay.
So Chris, then Devin, then me. I'll go last in my decisions.
Oh, I don't have a lot of honorable mentions, guys.
You have 1.
I have 1 honorable
Okay.
That's
mention.
fine. I have
Chris-
the most honorable mentions.
Chris has like what?
I have like 5.
Okay. So
Five,
I
6.
guess we'll just do honorable mentions all at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was told about this podcast like the night before.
Literally like 10
So-
hours ago.
Yes.
I was like, yeah,
So-
we're making a podcast. Just make a list.
He threw the list together faster than I did, and I knew about it for about
Yeah.
3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike Zion here, I don't listen to albums a lot, so I just threw together what I could.
Mhm.
But my honorable mentions, starting from the bottom, I guess they're not in any particular order, but I'm gonna say that this one is at the bottom of the entire list for me. "Ugly is Beautiful" by Oliver Tree. I love it. It's a good album.
That
But
title track is good.
I don't really listen to the music anymore. I think I either just grew out of it or I don't know. It's good, but I've moved on from it. It got me through 9th grade though. that was my album in 9th grade.
Mac, shut up.
Do you guys want to do like one at a time for honorable mentions?
We
or-
can. Devin, you can do your honorable mention first. Your
have
first
the
honorable.
most,
Your
so-
only honorable mention.
No, I have 2.
Oh.
I just thought of
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, so both of my honorable mentions are Logic albums. They're ones that.
You're gonna have a lot of
That's
logic.
awesome.
Yeah,
on your list.
I have so many Logic albums. So my first, or the farthest down honorable mention is probably gonna have to be Everybody. Not because I don't like every song on the album, I just haven't really listened to everything. And then the songs that I have listened to are really popular and like good.
Sorry, there's a dog wandering around. He's the closest to you he's been all day.
I know. I don't know why, but Zion's dog Mac hates me.
Well, kinda.
Buddy, if you could kindly
He's like scared of me.
sit down or walk away somewhere.
Next honorable mention.
The next honorable mention is mine. I had 3 in my little book. The first one, Circles by Mac Miller.
That's a good one.
That album, the reason it's not in my top 10 is because I had 2 other Mac Miller albums in the top 10 that I felt like I didn't want to oversaturate with one artist, like Devin probably did with his list.
Slightly.
Because he has one favorite artist.
Slightly.
But I became a Mac Miller fan like January 2nd or 3rd or 4th.
Wasn't that album the one that you used to get through freshman year? I think you told me about it. Or it was Swimming, or
Yeah.
I think it was Circles.
Swimming in Circles was the whole saga. That like 28 song Mac is really trying to get that shoe. If I could turn the camera, I would. But we've got it set up perfectly. But Circles is my album. It came out like 10 days after becoming a fan of Mac Miller, so that's why it's special to me. Chris, you can go next.
Very good album.
It's amazing.
So I have a similar reason for why this isn't in my top 10, but I didn't want to put one artist more than one time. So I have Lately EP by Still Woozy.
Oh, that's good.
It's coming in strong. It's one of my stronger honorable mentions. It would have made the list, but I already have a Still Woozy album on my top 10, so I didn't want to put him on it twice.
Okay. My next honorable mention
Is it another Logic album?
is another Logic album. This album was great for 1 year, and then after that, 1 school year, not a whole 365 days. After that, it just got very old and like repetitive and annoying.
I think I know what this one is.
But this one's also the album that I listened to throughout freshman year, pretty much the entire time. Every bus ride, I listen to it. Jesus. It's Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
You know every song, and you still
I do.
continue to listen to this album.
I do. It comes on every now and then, but most of the time I skip the songs now because I can't bear them. I've heard them too many times.
Except the title track.
Except, yeah.
That song
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind itself, like the song, is probably one of Logic's best songs.
That, Limitless, Lost in Translation,
Yeah.
Icy. Cocaine is really good.
Oh god, I've listened to Icy so many times. Cocaine's good too, but I don't know, it gets repetitive. The hook is
Cocaine, vale.
it's so bad.
Because you can pop in. Wait, it's me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you have enough? Yeah, you have 3 on
yeah, I have
honorable
3.
mentions.
I'll start saying 2 at a time though.
My next honorable mention, This Old Dog by Mac DeMarco. This album has been lingering for a while. I've listened to it and then listened to it again, then listened to it again, listened to it again. It's just beautiful. It's amazing. I can't find a song that's not good on it. But the reason it's an honorable mention for me is because there's... Oh,
The board searches for a cigarette. I'm listening. Continue.
I was like, you're gonna do something. I was like, you're gonna do something. Like, what are you about to film me? Like, what if you're going like this? Like, why? I like This Old Dog. I like Mac DeMarco. He's one of my favorite indie artists. I'll leave that there.
I really like Mac DeMarco. I don't have any albums on my list at all, not even honorable mentions, but that's because I don't know a lot. What is going on with you, man?
I drink water and I set the bottle down.
I drink water. I set the bottle down. I'm chilling.
Okay.
It fell over, so I picked it back up. That's all I've done. Why are you laughing at me so hard?
Oh god. Okay, so what I was saying was I like Mac DeMarco and I like the songs that I've heard by him and even the songs by other people that he's on with them, that he's collabed with. But I don't know a lot of his songs and I definitely don't know his albums, so I didn't feel like it was right to put him on my list at all.
Respectable.
Yeah. But I do like the songs I know by him. So these are the next 2 albums I would recommend to people, but I didn't feel comfortable putting them on my top 10 list because I don't know many songs from the albums. I know like 3.
That's like the situation with every
That's like
album.
That's like
here.
all of my albums. I think I knew the least from these albums out of the ones that I chose for the top 10. So, Currents by Tame Impala. I love everything and what is Brand New Person.
Good. That album.
That album.
What's that one song off of it that we all like collectively enjoy? Is that Everything? Eventually. That's what it is.
It's his second most popular song.
It's not
It's
eventually.
right here.
It isn't. This one. Like, this whole album is full of long songs that I can sit through.
Their most popular song ever. Yes,
That one.
it's from this album. It's not my favorite song by them because it's a little overplayed, but that was one of the first songs that I taught myself how to play on bass. So I have a pretty strong connection with this album. But I don't know a lot of songs from it, so I didn't feel comfortable putting it on my top 10.
Then began laughing. I don't.
Steven.
You did something.
Bro, I'm trying to get through my honorable mentions.
Devin's just like,
No, it was you literally you said I have a strong connection to this album.
I do. That's what you was laughing.
But I haven't heard every song. It's just it's funny to me.
That's kind of dumb now that you say it, but like I have a strong connection to the songs that I've heard from it.
I have a strong connection to this album, but I've only heard like 3 songs off of it. But I love them, man.
I only like about one song. I love this album, man.
Okay, maybe that was a little dumb to say, but
I remember one time, like back in 7th or 8th grade, when I heard one song from an artist, I was like, "Oh, I love that artist. Everything that makes good." I remember I recommended Manhunt by Randolph to Dylan Wright. It was a diss track on KSI. And I was like, that song is amazing, man. No, it was on his brother Deji. But I was like, Dylan, this song goes crazy. It's a diss track, though, but you might like it. I know he never listened to it. I don't get why he would. Now that I listen to it again, it's not good.
okay.
You want to keep talking about your strong connection?
I low-key used to do that with artists too. But okay, so one of my others songs or albums is "So Long and Thanks" by Millmine. I don't know how to pronounce.
I've never heard that.
I don't know how to pronounce their band name. If I'm being honest, it might not even be a band. I don't know, but I love like 3 of the songs from that album. I just
got a strong connection to it.
I got a strong connection to that album, man. But I love the songs that I've heard from it, but I haven't gone out and listened to the other songs, so it didn't make the top 10.
L album. Devin,
Yes.
do you not have any honorable mentions left?
I could make one up. So honorable mention number 3. This one is a good one, very close to making it on my top 10s. It's every SpongeBob song, every single one of them.
Everyone
all
combined
good,
together.
all bangers. It's SpongeBob. He didn't make it on the list.
Dang, SpongeBob.
Sorry, SpongeBob.
I can't believe SpongeBob was a higher honorable mention than Confessions and Everybody.
Yep, it was a tough choice there, but it had to be done.
SpongeBob can't make it in. I'll do mine. Devin, this one might make you angry, but my next, I think it's
SpongeBob.
my next honorable mention is Under Pressure by Logic.
I'm not angry. Why would I be angry?
Because I feel like that's like in your top 3.
It might be.
The reason I put it so low
That's not low.
is because I love 70% of the album.
Oh yeah, I think
It has amazing highs, but its lows are kind of rough.
Oh no,
They're kind of bad. Have you heard anything? You've heard gang related.
Mm-hmm. I've heard some of it, but I don't know if I've heard enough of it to talk about like every song with you guys. I know you guys are super big Logic under the sun.
This song.
Bad.
Let me get it right now. Let me get it, baby, right now. This song too.
I don't even listen to Nicki.
Nicki is just not good.
Never enough.
You still have them liked.
I do.
Pretty good.
This song though, all right. I like that. I like that album. Just not all the songs.
There's some bad songs on that album, and I'll admit it. But the good songs are so good that it's worth being so high up on my list. Like, I've re-listened to some of the songs that I really like from that album so many times. I like that. I like that album.
We're 20 minutes in, and we're yet to even get to the top 10.
Yeah.
So do you want to start the top 10? I don't want to cut off your honorable mentions, but...
Well, let's just go through yours and mine last one. Was that your last one?
Yeah, that was my last one.
I'll just do my last ones. These ones aren't really, like, albums I'd recommend to people, especially not my friends, but... Because I don't think they'd like them, but this is just stuff I grew up with. It's by the same person. Goodbye June is one album from him, and Holding the Pieces in Place I love both of those albums. They're by a guy named Eric Baker. He's not a very well-known artist, but I grew up listening to him with my parents. What is wrong with you?
I can't tell my story. I'm not going to say my story.
What is your
I
story?
have an anecdote about the name of... I can't say that.
Okay. But yeah, I just grew up listening to him. I know almost all his songs. Every one of them I love.
Connected to it
Yeah.
deeply.
I'm connected.
On an emotional level.
I am. I grew up listening to him, man. But my list, my top 10 doesn't start at 10. It starts at 9 because I...
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Dang.
So you guys can go and hopefully I'll know what you guys are talking about. I can talk about it too.
So we're like actually diving into the real list now. This
Yeah.
is the official
Top 10. We only have
top 10
the
list.
official
29
top 10.
actual songs on the list. Counting that me and Zion have 20, you have 9. Okay, so I guess I'm starting?
Mm-hmm.
My number 10. On the list on here, it's kind of mix and match, and I'm gonna have to make it while doing the actual list. But I think my number 10 is gonna have to be "Cowboy Tears" by Oliver Tree.
That's the country album
It's
that we
the
talked about a minute
country
ago.
album. We were watching a movie in school whenever the album came out,
Mhm.
and me and Zion decided to listen to the entire album
remember that.
during this movie. And we just kind of sat there, first impressions, only one ear having music coming in, and the
Mhm.
other ear having this movie come in.
2-hour documentary
It was
about a child fire station.
good though. I really liked the album. It was probably one of my, like, almost every song was really good and had like just kind of catchy stuff that I could listen to while doing.
It was one of my
Anything.
favorite first album like listening experiences.
Yeah, it
Just
was
sitting
just
there
like-
at an assembly, listening to Cowboy Tears,
One-
not paying attention at all.
It's not like I heard the entire album raw right after it was out and like had the best listening experience of it. I think the actual funniness of how we listened to it and how my listening experience for that album went made it go a little lower on the list, though that also helped it get onto the list. So that's my 10.
All right.
Cowboy Tears.
I think I've heard one song from that album, and
You didn't like it?
I mean it's okay, but it's not like something I listen.
don't cry.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
I did not watch that documentary either. I was talking to people the entire time.
Yeah, I didn't give a crap about
I'd
it.
look over, and our teacher would just be giving me the side eye like every time I looked over.
Oh.
I didn't care though.
My number 10, If This Isn't Nice, I Don't Know What Is by Still Woozy. The reason that it's that good and that I like it is because it's like a compilation of like a bunch of singles that he's dropped that are all good over the course of the past year and like 10 more songs. It's one of my favorite albums because every song is good in some way, shape, or form. It's I don't really have any more to say about it. It's just good. Like, it feels good to listen to. There's memorable moments while listening to the album. I go back to it every now and then. So, yeah, that's why I like it so much.
You and me have very different placements of that album.
Oh, is yours number one?
No, no, but it's very different from that.
Okay.
I love this album. I don't have every single song liked on it, but I have 70% of the album liked. And the reason, I'm not going to spoil where I put it yet, but I placed it so high because I can listen to every one of those songs without wanting to skip it. That's just how much I like it.
Every song is liked on this album.
I have most of them liked because they're all good. None of them are bad. Some of them I
Maybe I
don't
liked
care
it
for as much.
before they patched the update where if you liked an album, it liked every song on the
Maybe
album.
that's
That's happened to me before. I don't like these songs.
that is one of the like 2 or 3 albums that I've actually sat down and listened to.
What's your number 10?
My number 9.
Oh, was that your number 9?
No,
he's
I don't have a
got-
number
he's
10.
You're
He's
9.
number 10.
I don't have a number 10. My number 9, I really didn't know where to place this on my list, but I like a lot of songs from this album. I really started getting into it probably the beginning of our school year, maybe a little after, probably like September
school
time. Yeah, probably like September. My number 9, which is comparatively like their number 10, is Nevermind by Nirvana.
That's a good album. Name 5 songs.
Name 5 songs.
I mean,
I don't know.
I've
It's
only heard
just-
3. I've only heard a few.
No, I
I could do 4. 5 on the other hand. That might be a little bit much.
no. The only thing I don't like about the album is the album art.
There's a little
Naked
baby weenie.
The
Little baby weenie.
Little baby weenie.
Did you guys see where, like...
He grew up.
Yeah, he grew
Yeah.
He tried to, like... Didn't he try to, like, sue or something? To take it?
I think so.
Because... That's so stupid.
They were trying to take his weenie.
No.
Oh,
He was trying to
dang
sue
it.
He was trying to sue to, like, take rights, I think, to the album cover or something.
Bro, it's
because
a picture.
it was
Actually,
him.
yeah, he didn't consent to it. He didn't know what that was back then.
I don't know.
That's just like a petty money grab,
Yeah, it
though.
is, though.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
But it's just a good album. I mean, like, there's a lot of songs on there that are iconic, but, I mean, I guess I wouldn't listen to all of them just because they're a little overplayed. But, like, Smell Like Teen Spirit is on there, In Bloom, Come As You Are, Breed,
Drain You.
Lithium, Drain You's on there.
Mm-hmm.
On a Plane, Something in the Way.
Something in the way.
Yeah, Batman. Territorial Pissing.
Territorial pissing.
Yeah, it's just got a lot of iconic songs on that album. Like, multiple generations know it. I feel like it's a solid album to
It's
put on the list.
Timeless classic. Everybody knows it. Even little children.
What'd you say?
Even little baby Devin.
Even little babies know it.
Alright. Devin, what's your number 9?
So my number 9, I'm gonna have to say it is
I seen it.
Monterio, by Lil Nas X.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was, like, almost every song is pretty good on it. There's a couple that aren't amazing, but another reason for putting it so low, it's just like Cowboy Tears. I listened to it in the weirdest way possible at school with one earbud in the entire day. That's all I was doing, was trying to listen to that album. I listened to all of it, and I liked pretty much most of it. It made the list mostly because it's like, I think it was his first album, right?
It was his second album.
He made one before that?
Ugly is Beautiful. It was his honorable mention. His first
okay.
honorable mention.
Well, second album. It's
he's
just
talking
like...
about Lil Nas X. He's not talking about Oliver Tree.
He's
wait.
he's mentioning.
No, I was talking about...
You was talking about Oliver Tree.
No, Lil Nas X's album now.
Ontario.
Oh,
That was his
you
first
said
album, right?
You said the weirdest listening experience. I was like,
I know,
I'm relaying that back
I had
to
the same
Oliver
thing
Tree.
with both of them. I
Okay.
tried to listen to the... I listened to both albums at school. Like, both of them. I did the same thing, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
But,
This is gonna cut off, so we'll not have to stop and start it.
it was just really good, that album. Probably not as good as all the other stuff I have on my list. That's why it's a little bit lower. But I enjoyed, like, every song on it. Genuinely.
That part out where you're like,
There, we're back.
well,
Just
back.
as we left.
100% gonna be an ad break.
I will. We should make an ad. To put in the middle of it.
Yes. Okay. What kind of ad do we want to put?
Your chocolate.
We'll figure
Yes.
that out. Palmer's
Yes.
chocolate. Okay.
Palmer's
You
chocolate.
just seen the Palmer's chocolate ad. My number 9, To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. The reason it's not higher is, in my opinion, it's got some songs that I just don't listen to. It's got some skips for me. For some people out there, it's the greatest album ever made. I get that. It's got some amazing songs. Wesley's Theory, King Kunta, what is it? These Walls, like, those are just so good. Alright. There's one I'm missing. It's not Mad City. I don't know. Something like that. It's just a good album. In general. Everything about it is perfect. The songs that I like. The songs that I skip are not perfect, in my opinion. But that I put it so high because of its influence on the industry in general. I didn't even put it because it's my favorite. I just put it up there because of its influence. But yeah. To Pimp a Butterfly is perfect. Give us your number 8.
My number 8. So, my my number 8 is Voyager by The Current Joys.
Half of Surf Curse. Literally the same band, but just minus the second lead guy.
I guess.
Nick, I think is his name. I like Current Joys.
So, I have to admit, while that's probably my favorite album by them, I don't just sit down and listen to albums. So, my favorite songs by them that I've heard are actually from a different album. I think it's called A Different Age. I think that's their other album. I can check real quick. But Voyager has a lot of songs that I like. Breaking Waves, Amateur.
Breaking Waves is really good.
Dancer in the Dark, American Honey.
How have I not listened to this album?
Money Making Machine.
I probably should. I like Current Joys.
I think it's just a good album. And I don't know if I can say that I would listen to it all the time, but it's just it's got nice. This is gonna sound dumb, but it's got nice vibes, and
that's dumb.
It is kind of dumb.
That's dumb. Shut up. Nah,
but
agree.
Like
vibes are better than experience.
You know.
Or better than quality.
Yeah, that other album though I like is A Different Age, and I really like the song A Different Age from it and Become the Warm Jets. But I think overall I like Voyager most from them.
It's not in frame. Good. All right, Devin, number 8.
My number 8 album is the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Cowboy Tears. I'm like, no! No more Cowboy Tears! It was the weirdest listening experience I've ever had.
His entire, top 10 list is just Cowboys.
Oh my god.
It's just the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. It, from not just a listening standpoint, but also, a viewing standpoint, it was, so perfect for the entire show. And it made the show 10 times better. Cowboy Bebop wouldn't be the anime that it was without its soundtrack. It's just so perfect for it, and it's just
there's a shadow when I move my foot. I should probably stop.
It's the only soundtrack album that's on my list. But it deserves number 8. Yeah, I could definitely listen to it more than Monterio and Cowboy Tears.
Alright, my number 8, if I can find it. This is such a disoriented book. Number 8, this album, there's something about it. There's a song on it that I think everybody in the world has heard right now. And the album is The Divine Feminine by Mac Miller.
That's good.
You've probably heard this. Everybody has. People make TikToks with this song. This is one of Mac Miller's greatest songs in general. I did vocals on this.
Oh, you did?
Crazy. Since it's on your list, then.
It's so good!
That's really good, but I'll admit. You're copyrighted.
I don't care. Copyright me. But The Divine Feminine by Mac Miller is an appreciation of women. And I think we can all agree here that this album is a perfect representation of the man and the woman.
And the woman.
And the woman.
Both. Man and the woman.
Man and the woman.
Both there in...
Well,
Yeah.
It's just a good album. It's a great listening experience. Listening to it all the way through, it's like 50 minutes for 10 songs, but it's perfect. There's some long songs in it, but it's like bearable. You can listen to them.
it's so funny. You're like, this is the appreciation of
Women.
women.
Women. And the experience of man and woman.
There are women. There are men.
This tells you how things go.
Yep.
Simple as that.
What's your number 7, Chris?
My number 7, I think... No, I don't think. I know somebody else has this on their list. My number 7, my only... Isn't even a rap album. I guess it kind
Igor?
of is. Yes.
Igor?
It's not.
Nah,
Nobody
couldn't
call
say
it a
it's
rap album.
I couldn't
Don't
say
call
it's
it a rap album.
I
He
wouldn't say
says
it's rap.
it is not a rap album, and he wins a Grammy for best rap album. It's not a rap album.
I wouldn't say it's a rap album.
I would
Wanted
call
to
it
think
an
your
album.
thoughts.
It's not
Um,
a genre. It's like
Yeah, it's just
bending.
its own
It's genre
thing.
bending.
Uh,
It's Igor's
It's
genre.
just, it's good.
Isn't
That's
doesn't
all
that,
it is.
Doesn't that suck? Artists getting nominated for categories just because.
Although I am glad he won a Grammy.
No, I mean I'm.
He shouldn't have won it for rap album. He should have
Yeah.
won it for like. There should be like a genre bending Grammy,
Yeah.
but it would probably go to Cardi B. She would win it every year. She beat Swimming and Travis Scott for some reason. I'm not getting into
I
that.
don't know, dude.
I'm not getting into that.
What about you, Devin? I don't really have a lot to say about that. I didn't know where to place it, but that's just a great album, and you can't convince me otherwise.
So, my number 7 album, my favorite track from Travis Scott. I'm kidding. There's no Travis Scott on my list. I'd have to put my 7th album. I think I'm gonna put Faces by Mac Miller.
That's so perfect.
I absolutely loved Faces. It was an amazing album.
When did
And
you
then-
listen to it first?
So the first time that I listened to it was painting and remodeling
That's what it
my
was.
side room. I had this giant speaker and I was just listening to it full blast while painting, and I heard every song in one sitting.
It's like an hour
That's
and a half.
awesome.
Yeah, it was just so good. I loved all of it. It was one of the best listening experiences for an album I've
My
ever
first
had.
listening experience with Faces, I found it on DatPiff, which is like a mixtape app with like stuff that's not on normal streaming platforms. I heard it. I liked about 6 songs. That was it. And every time I listen to it, I hear songs I like more. I listened to it last night. I heard like 6 songs that I liked more than I did the last time I listened to it. It's an album that grows on you. It's really good. I'll just put it. It's the greatest mixtape of all time.
Is that your number 1?
No, it's not on my list because it took me a while to like it. Chris, what's your? Wait, I'm on.
It's yours.
That's mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me open my book again. Number 7. This is probably going against the rules, but Saturation by Brockhampton, all of them, because they
All
kind of
three?
all tie in together when you listen to it. I don't want to pick one. If I had to pick one, Saturation 3, but all the Saturations one by one by one, it's a good listening experience.
There's 3 of them. There's an S. Bobby Tarantino 1 through 3.
That's not on my list. But Saturation is, and it's a good album. Albums, because they were all released in 1 year.
It's crazy that they were all released in 1 year. I don't
It was like
understand how they
40
did that.
songs, and it started their career and also ended one of their members' career. Yeah, they had allegations against him, and they had to kick him. And then they came back with Iridescence, then dropped Ginger the next year, then skipped a year and dropped Roadrunner.
Yep.
And this year they're dropping a final album. They're disbanding. I don't believe anything Kevin Abstract says. They're probably not disbanding.
I don't know, dude.
I don't believe the man. Anything he says is a lie. I love him though.
I like Brockhampton. I'll say that's a solid pick, but I didn't feel comfortable putting them. They probably would have been on my list, but I don't know enough of their songs. So, yeah. Like you said, there's 40 between just, like, saturations. Like, 1 through 3. So, what are we at, 6? My 6?
Yeah.
I really like this album, but I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable placing it higher just because the other stuff that's on my the stuff in my top 5 is like it's pretty personal to me just because like it's what I listen to all the time. I probably wouldn't skip any of the songs.
He had a little grumble in his tummy.
I heard it.
He had no wumble in his tummy. Yeah, he had a little wumble in his wumble.
So, my number 6 is The New Abnormal by The Strokes.
Is there
I like one of the Strokes songs. I like a few of the Strokes songs.
is there an old Abnormal?
I don't know.
No.
I don't think.
Nah.
We should make
but-
one abnormal.
But I like a lot of their music, but I would say that The New Abnormal is my favorite album by them. I love what's some songs? The Adults Are Talking, Selfless.
That's a good one.
Not the Same Anymore.
Love that one.
I think Why Are All Sundays
Love
Depressing? Yeah. Are you joking?
Yes, I've only heard.
I know that song.
That's so good.
Which ones have you heard?
The Adults Are Talking. That's it.
Yeah,
I like one of the Strokes songs.
But-
I've not listened to more though.
I don't know. I just like the album, dude. I don't got much else to say about it. I like a lot of their music. I would say that's my favorite album by them.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Devin's is the Logic album.
Mm-mm.
It's not.
No.
I'm shocked it's not all Logic.
His
My,
top 3 is gonna be Logic.
It is.
My number 6 is Inside by Bo Burnham.
Burham.
Burnham.
That's a good one.
Mr. Bernie.
That whole experience was wild.
Yeah, so it's higher up on the list than some of my others, mostly because of how it was created. I thought that was just insane. And then the Netflix special, and then I don't think there's really a song that was bad on that album. They're just kind of wonky, funny songs, but they're still good enough that it's not like a one and done.
Mac
doesn't
really?
like Inside.
Mac hates it. He wants to go outside.
That is my 6th album, and that's pretty much the end of the less serious, funnier albums. My top 5 are more actual albums that I listen to a lot more frequently.
Okay. What are we on 6?
Yeah.
Let me find it.
You should put this in it.
That's a good idea. Number 6, Igor by Tyler the Creator. My reason being, I hated the album. Despised it. Every song was terrible. Until I listened to it again, going on vacation to Gatlinburg.
Took 2 listens to enjoy this album.
It took 1 listen to know I hated it, and a second listen to know it was one of my favorites of all time.
To realize I loved it.
I think that happened to everybody. Nobody liked it the first time. Then they listened to it again, and it got better.
I think that was the same with me.
The reason that I like it so much is because it's its own thing.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything like it. You never see an artist form this character and do it for over a year. He goes on tour. He goes out in public in this freaking blonde bobbed haircut. He became Igor. His album rollout was amazing. The album was amazing. The life following the album was amazing. It's just perfect altogether. It's just good.
It's true.
It's great.
I think you're right about that. I don't know. I don't think the first time I heard songs from that album I liked them. I thought they were okay. I don't think I liked them that much.
I was honestly weirded out by it.
Really?
I heard it.
You've never heard anything like it.
Like the first time I hear it, I'm just like, bro, what is this?
This song, I was like, why?
Why is
But now that I hear it again, I'm like,
so
heck yes.
good.
It's
so good. It's like
that in the drum line. Oh, it's so good.
If I had
you
to,
know when it's gonna come, but you don't.
if I had to pick like one album that described Tyler, it would be this album.
Yeah, this is probably. It's like it's him.
Yeah.
I would say Flower Boy is more his album. Actually,
Really?
Call Me If You Get Lost is his album. Because in Igor, he's his own character.
Oh,
in Flower
yeah, I get
Boy,
that.
he's falling in love. But in Call Me If You Get Lost, bro is just, he's rich. He's going to Geneva, Switzerland. He's riding on a boat with his toes out. But this album is his best, and that's what everybody knows him from.
I guess
That and
I
Flower
get
Boy.
that point. Yeah.
His album's probably Yonkers. No, not Yonkers. Goblin. No, yes.
Okay.
That whole trilogy. Bastard, Goblin, Wolf.
Okay. Anyways, my number 5. I was waiting to talk about this until I got to it. But Inside.
Oh, you like it too?
Yes.
That's not on mine. I like the whole.
I love
thing.
Inside. Personally, I think if we were like rating the viewing experience of stuff higher, Inside might be in my top 3.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's probably in my top 3. Like I would be comfortable saying that. But from a musical standpoint, there's a lot of songs that are just goofy. They're not bad, like Devin said earlier. They're just goofy. They're not like songs that I'd want to listen to regularly. But there's a lot of songs on it also that are just really good songs that I've casually listened to.
The album itself, I don't sit down and listen to. But when I first watched Inside, I laughed my butt off, and I also sat in my bed crying. It brought out just about every emotion in me. I would say Inside's the best non-movie of 2021.
Netflix
like
says
non-film.
Netflix for whatever reason said it's a comedy, but it's not.
It's so much more than a comedy. I won't get into it, but it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It made me cry many times, but it
Oh,
also
yeah,
made me
right.
laugh many times.
I just laughed. I was just
It
like,
was
bruh.
funny.
I didn't cry, but I did have like a weird depression.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the entire thing was all laughs whenever I was watching it. Some
Yeah.
of it was a little bit more serious and kind of like...
It was like black
Ugh.
comedy,
yeah, it was like...
dark comedy.
That is kind of funny, but it's like... That hit home.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, ooh, I don't like that, but I
Like
do.
when he was playing the game.
Yeah.
Wake up, play piano, cry. Play
my
piano, go to
God.
sleep.
No, something that killed me was the scene where he was reacting to him reacting
Yeah.
to him
He kept
reacting. He was like, he
That
just
scene was
kept
awesome.
going. That was so funny. Oh, that was good.
I loved Inside.
Okay.
Inside is great.
Was that your 5?
That was my 5.
Ooh, we're getting near the top.
My number 5. This is where you guys are gonna be making fun of me because
Wait, let me guess.
everything is logic almost.
It's gonna be. Is it Under Pressure?
No,
No Pressure?
no.
What is it?
It's Young Sinatra 4.
Ah!
So
That's a good one.
Young Sinatra 4 made it to number 5, mostly because I love almost every song on this album. There's maybe a song or two that I don't like that much. Not nearly as...
I almost spilled. I just about spilled.
Not nearly as much as I like some of the big songs on it. But Young Sinatra 4, at first, I didn't really like the album that much. And then I kind of grew onto it, and I just love it now. I could listen to some of the songs over and over again and never get bored. But it is its own thing, pretty much. It's not very huge on the overarching like logic story. It's just kind of there.
People said it wasn't Young Sinatra. In my opinion, I think it was.
It was.
It fit the old, like, the album's good.
No, yeah, it's good.
It's like Thursday. I had a Logic fan page. I don't know if you knew. I think Devin knew.
Mm-hmm.
I made a post where Logic albums as days of the week. Monday was Confessions. Tuesday, I think, was Supermarket.
Why is that weirdly right, though? Thursday is
Wait.
Young Sinatra 4.
Because it's very underrated. You're about to hit Friday, and Friday, it's not.
Well,
It's not on here. Friday, I think, was No Pressure. It was like a celebration. Saturday, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Thursday's
But-
Young Sinatra.
Wednesday's Under Pressure.
Young Sinatra 4 is 5. I almost had it a lot lower on my list. Not even on my list at first, actually. But I looked back at it and looked at all the different songs, and I love this album. It's like one of my favorite things to listen to.
My turn.
Yeah.
Number 5 for me. Chris is going to get mad at me for this one. This is an album that is... You either really love it and you're a fan of the group, or you absolutely hate the group and hate everything about them. This is Abbey Road by the Beatles.
My number 5 is Cowboy.
Ew.
Tears.
The Beatles is... My number 5 is Cowboy Tears. I love Cowboy Tears.
Yes.
No, I love Abbey Road. I love every song on it. No song is bad. And the reason I love it, Chris, is every song sounds like the same song. In not the sense that you think every song is like played the same way. It flows together so well. Let me show you. Without getting copyright struck.
I think we played enough of Igor to get copyright struck.
Yeah. Ebony Toad. the transition. Come on. Tell me that's not a perfect transition.
That was pretty good, but
I
I wouldn't
think,
say it's perfect. I'd say it's good.
look at that transition.
it's silent.
Yeah.
That's how every transition works.
Zion's like, oh my god!
Oh my god,
silence!
guys. Oh my god, guys.
The flow of the album, the pacing is what I love about
I'll
it.
show you a
Alright,
good
man.
transition.
Is it going to be
in
from...
Young Sinatra 4.
Oh my god! Zane.
Oh, okay. This is actually a good... It's actually a good transition.
It's such a good transition.
I got one to show y'all.
It goes... It's set up like this in the album. So it goes Sweet Dreams to The Adventures of Stony Bob. I actually did show both of you and Chris. So...
Get your ass up, nigga, at the studio. Yeah, man, come on, hurry up, man. What's wrong with you? Wake up. Here, come on.
Wait, we're at the studio right now? We're here.
Damn, man, since you started smoking weed, you always fucking late.
Shut the fuck up, kid.
Stony Bob, niggas.
Yeah.
That's an insane transition.
It's so good.
This one is kind of like the Beatles.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
I've
this
heard
one.
this
And then it like goes right into it.
That's a great
So
transition
good. That's one of
too.
the best
I
transitions.
think Logic is really good at that.
No
It's really
Pressure
good.
does it the best. Every song is like... And it doesn't like sound the same going into the next song.
Mm-hmm.
Just the sounds of the outros and intros are perfect. I'm getting to No Pressure. It's coming up. What's your 4?
My number 4 is Party Favors by Sir Chloe.
There it is. There it is. That's a good one.
I got into Sir Chloe probably about a little over a year ago. Probably like 10th grade. But Sir Chloe just has so many good songs.
I can't get it. There.
But like I like the majority of Sir Chloe's songs, and a lot of them are on the album. Like, look, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see this, but their top 4 songs. Wow, that is shiny.
Yeah. It
God.
shows how disgusting our phone screens are.
Yeah. Anyways, Sir Chloe's top 4 songs are from that album. And a lot of them are singles that were just put into an album. But they go crazy. I don't know. That's just something about them.
Was that your number 4?
That's my number 4.
Devin, what's your number 4?
My number 4 album is another Logic album.
Oh my
The
god.
top 5 is
No.
going to be like 4 Logic albums.
Now, 5 and 4 5 and 4 were definitely hard to choose or decide which one I liked more.
Number 5 was Cowboy Tears. Number 4 was YSIV.
Number 5 was YSIV. Okay, now Young Sinatra 4, and then my number 4, which is The Incredible True Story.
Oh.
Now, both of these albums I absolutely love, but it's the sci-fi theme for The Incredible True Story that really brings me to like it more.
The story.
Yeah, and then every song kind of goes with the actual album, rather than like how in Young Sinatra 4 there are some random songs.
How in
It's just
Confessions of
like-
a Dangerous Mind.
Yeah,
The album's
Confessions
about
of a Dangerous Mind
the
is
terrors
like-
of social media, and 4 songs are about it.
Yeah. Well, I absolutely love The Incredible True Story. Like, it is so perfect. Every single little skit and scene that's in it, it's just so good.
Mm-hmm.
And then it does transition into Young Sinatra 4, doesn't it? Because, like, isn't it...
Everybody transitions into Young Sinatra 4. Because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
walking and talking.
Oh, wait,
about it.
no, yeah. What is... I don't remember really what happens, but I know they land and they find the paradise or whatever it is in the end of The Incredible True Story, because don't they find it?
Mhm.
They're like going through space. It's just such a good song. There's so many, or not such a good song, such a good album. There's so many good songs on that album, though.
Yeah.
Like, almost everything's bangers, and the only thing that's in between the bangers are scenes that were just skits.
It's like 18 songs and 14 songs and like 4 skits, but they all like it's the skits that make the album what it is. Now we're moving into our top 3.
What about your top 4?
Oh, my top 4. I'm an idiot.
Your number 4.
I should probably get into that real quick. My number 4. Okay. This is probably one you've never heard before. Not many people have. It's like they're really underground, and nobody really hears them. But they're not underground. It's like an old man band.
It's Nirvana.
It's Atlas by Real Estate.
I have no idea what that is.
This album, the reason it means so much to me, is quarantine of 2020. My life was it felt like an all-time low. I was sad every day.
There's gonna be a song called
It was at an ATL.
I was at an ATL.
Not
Atlantis.
Not Atlanta. But this album right here, Atlas by Real Estate, helped me pretty much, that in circles, helped me get out of whatever I was in. But what was the one song? It's this one.
What kind of music is this?
Like 40 years old, 50 years old art studio indie rock. I had to put it.
That is such an obscure, like, description, but it's making sense so
Yeah.
far.
Did you have Thielman for art, any of you?
No.
This was the kind of music he would play. I didn't get it from him, but this was the song that got me into them. I heard it from one of my favorite artists, Anderson .Paak. Couldn't stop listening to it.
It's pretty good.
Couldn't stop listening to it. I loved every single song. I would like listen to the album every night, all the way through. Don't know why I was so attached to it. It was just good.
Good album.
So, jumping into top 3, guys.
Oh,
3.
Lord.
They
Hang
go
on.
pretty far.
Oh, wait, yeah.
One more commercial.
You just seen the second Palmer's commercial.
The second Palmer's commercial.
You just seen the other Palmer's commercial.
There are 2. Eat it.
Chris,
Alright, going into top 3. I don't even have to look at my phone
Oh.
for these ones.
Yeah, I don't need
he's
to either.
just getting real into this.
It's only three albums. I know these 3.
I don't need. I don't
I'll be
need my
really
phone.
disappointed in myself.
So, my number 3, I don't know if you guys are gonna know. You might know one song by these people. My number 3.
My number 3.
You forget it? Bro, it's so dead on. He was like,
Wait,
He was like, I don't even need this.
the thing is, I went to go say it.
blank your mind or something?
Yes. See, I went to say it, and I've been saying the album name and then the band or the person, and I
You're
messed
gonna
my.
say the band
I was gonna
first?
say the band, and it made me completely blank on the name of the album.
Bee Gees? No. It wasn't
No,
the Bee
it's
Gees.
It's
the Backstreet Boys.
No, and that name is weirdly close though. My number. I don't even need my phone, guy. My my top three. My third favorite.
Dude, just
the name.
what is the name? What is the album?
When We Were Friends by the Backseat Lovers.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Jeez.
You like the Backstreet Lovers? The one
Backseat.
album where the Backstreet Lovers. You like the album where it's like the two dogs hugging each other? Is that it?
No.
What?
What?
I'm completely
Two
lost.
dogs hugging each other. I love that
Wait,
album.
let me show you because I know what I'm talking about.
I was laughing way too hard to spit it out.
The Backseat Lovers. Oh, it's a whole new band. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking?
I know that album.
But I got I got into the band a long time ago, but I didn't go and like seek out their music until like probably the beginning of 11th grade, earlier this past school year. But I was introduced to them through their most popular song, "Kill Me Girl." That's the one you guys might know. But I like that album so much that I even have like a poster of it that I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put in my room. Same with the new Abnormal by the Strokes. I have a poster of that too. But it is like an indie rock group.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but the singer, he has a really unique voice. He's got like a very clear voice, like you can hear and like know what he's saying.
Chris is losing his mind.
I was trying.
His voice is like it was so
It
like
was Zion looking at me like that while you were saying that. I was just like, I didn't really realize it.
in my head. I'm like, Chris, I'm
stumbling.
praying for you to please get this out.
I was trying to think of
You were stumbling over your words so much.
Listen, man, I'm
It's
trying
so
to think
funny.
of like the way to describe his voice.
I know
I
what
don't
you
know. It's just like
Airy.
it's very clear.
Ooh.
But when he like really gets into like the song, it starts to become that song goes crazy.
Dug out.
But
I know
but
what you mean.
he gets once he like starts getting into it, his voice gets very like grainy or almost like scratchy, and I don't know what it is. It just sounds really sounds really good to me. And that album has so many songs that I like. So that's why after 4 minutes, that is my number 3.
That took 4 minutes to spit out. That's so funny.
That is very funny. Now, my number 3. I'm gonna surprise you guys with the third
The
one.
Logic album.
With the number 3.
Cowboy
but-
Tears.
How did you know?
I just had a figure in my head.
Okay, so my 2 and 1 you guys aren't gonna be surprised about, but my number 3 is Igor.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. That's the one album we all had.
Yeah, it is. Now that, gosh, I haven't listened to every single song.
I had like a weird cold too.
It made your whole body jiggle.
But Igor is like one of those albums. It's not rap. It's not really anything specific. It doesn't have its own genre in itself. But
Genre band.
it's got so many songs that are just like happy and fun to listen to and like catchy and
Half the
cool
album was
and
like
hype
depressing.
and like amazing.
There's so many happy songs.
No.
They're all depressing.
I don't pay attention to
we
anything that's
still
going
pray.
on. No. I just love them. I love every song.
The album is great. I'm not upset about your placement.
No. See,
I'd put it in third if I didn't listen to Atlas so much back in the day. My depression phase, I listened to too much Atlas.
that's just one of my favorite albums. It was one of the only albums I've really listened to that were his. Like, I haven't really listened to a lot of whole albums from him.
Yeah.
I've listened to songs from other albums and they're really good, but that one is the only one that I've really fully listened to, and I just enjoyed it all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
after my first take, where I was just like, "What is this? This is so bad.
Yeah.
Why is this?" And then I came back to it, and I was like, "This is amazing."
Is it my go?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. My third placement is an album by a man that I tried to refrain not putting all in my top 10. This is No Pressure by Logic.
Yeah.
This album, and I think my camera's about to die, is amazing. Everything about the album is amazing. It flows well. All the songs are well produced by No ID and Six and Logic together. The lyrics sound like he used to rap. It's why everybody loved the album so much, is because it was like a return to form for him. It was a great redemption album because he dropped two of the worst albums ever made. Confessions and Supermarket. In my opinion, they weren't good, but to the critics, they were disgusting. So it, like, in its entirety, was an amazing album. And on top of it, the songs were good. Not only was its placement in his discography good, but everything about it was just good. That's all I have to say. It's amazing.
Chris, your number 2.
My number 2, I told you our placement of this was very different.
This is it. Still woozy.
This is...
I didn't think if he had 2. I forgot about it. That was an hour ago.
Yeah, this Still Woozy album. I like every single song on that album. Every single one of them. I don't have every single one of them liked, because it can be a little repetitive, I'll admit. But every single one of the songs on that album is good. And I don't have anything else to say about it. I love Still Woozy's music. I love almost all of his music. Especially Pool. Pool is like his most...
my God.
Most recent, right?
I'm pretty
I gotta
sure
hear
Pool is
Pool
the most
again.
recent thing that
Pool
he's
is so
done.
good.
It's a collab. It is such
Remy
a good
Wolf is
song.
amazing.
Just a good song.
It's just
just-
good. It's just good.
The music video is good too.
Yeah.
Everything about it's good.
It's just good.
I don't have anything else to say. If this
Mine-
isn't nice, I don't know what it is. Number 2. Devin, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Under Pressure. Under Pressure, all good. Just like how Zion had it. I think it was in your honorable mentions, right? Or was it in your... Yeah.
I would have put it in there,
like-
but I tried not to put more than 2 albums by an artist.
70% of that album was amazing, and repetitive listens every single day. I still listen to it a lot, and then I just can't stop. But there are a couple songs, I will admit, that are just not good.
Not like now. Let me get it right now. Let me get it right now, baby. Get it right now. Let me get it right. That was the beginning of his repetitive.
Let me
lyric
get my
phrase.
mind right. Let me get my mind right. Everything will be alright. Oh god, that was not.
The rest of the album's really good.
Yeah,
We've like been the most critical about Under Pressure, but it's like one of our favorite
yeah.
albums.
The good songs on Under Pressure are some of his best songs he's ever done, but the bad ones are some of the not great. Just I don't want to hear those. But I'll let Zion go. His number 2.
This album,
This one, guys.
more than my number 1, means more to me than any album ever.
Swimming.
No,
It's not. I don't know what it
it's
is.
not Swimming.
Faces.
This album...
Faces. It's not on there.
Let me see. Don't look. No. This album,
Minecraft.
Minecraft,
Oh wait, I didn't think
Volume
about that.
Alpha. There's no album
I didn't
that
think about
brings
that.
back more memories
I know
than this.
That
C418 produced the greatest instrumental album ever made, and that the greatest soundtrack ever scored. I'm sorry, it's just good. It evokes memories.
I would say that is probably the second thing that brings back...
I about called the police on accident.
That is the album that brings back the most memories, second to my honorable mentions that I said earlier.
Yeah.
The Eric Baker guy.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, that actually should have been in my honorable mentions. Just think of it as
I should have put that too.
Was like,
I didn't think about it.
that would have
Like,
been So good.
when I was looking through my albums and I seen that, it's always an album that I stop by like every few months. Like I have a Minecraft phase every 8 months.
I do the same thing.
But I have a Minecraft Volume Alpha listening phase every month, it feels like. Because it just brings back good memories of like 2012, 2013. Playing Minecraft on my Xbox, building stuff, never playing survival. I was always a creative guy. I played survival here and there, but it just...
trash.
I still am. It's because I've always been a more creative guy. But it brings back too many memories to not have included. It's probably my number one if I didn't like number one so much. So Chris, you're number one.
Well, honestly,
you claim this was controversial.
this is controversial simply because I don't think a lot of people like this band. I don't know if a lot of people like this type of music. But I propose that for our number ones, we roll the die again.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, I say for your album, since it's so controversial, you should...
Well, I don't know if it's... I say it might be controversial.
I'll let you go
love it.
last.
I
because
love
yours
it.
seems interesting.
Okay.
No!
I rolled a 12
Okay.
to go first. Devin rolled an 8.
Yeah, you go first then.
I'll go 12. You probably already know this. Swimming by Mac Miller is the single greatest album, in my opinion, ever made because of what it means to me. Just the same as Circles, the same as Atlas. It helped me through...
Same as some Minecraft.
The same as Minecraft. It's helped me through times in my life, and it's the only album that hasn't helped me once. It's helped me 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Like, I listen to it and I feel better. Every song has a different emotion that I feel. Jet Fuel, you kind of feel like you're sitting on a cloud. Dunno, you feel like you're like battling more than you can handle, but it's okay. So It Goes, it feels like you're sitting on a curb in a very suburban street, sitting watching the sunset. Every song means something to me. Every song is good. It's perfect. It's the only album on this list that is perfect in its entirety.
I have no complaints.
Devin,
My number one.
you want to say it together?
Cowboys.
Cowboy Tears.
Cowboy Tears, guys. You wouldn't think, but
You
it
wouldn't
is.
think it is.
Nah, this is my number.
No pressure program.
This album is just so good.
Everything.
I have no complaints.
The best.
I am not as big of a Logic fan as these guys. No Pressure is my favorite album by
This is
him,
Logic.
and I haven't listened to it in the entirety of it. But I know the most songs from that album.
That means something when
Yeah,
that album
that-
is the top of our list
It's
from him.
so good. That was like literally the best album I've ever listened to. I remember whenever it came out and it was like, this is it. It's over, I guess. But at least
What it
no,
felt
it
like
wasn't. But I mean, at the time, it felt like it definitely. But we were listening to it and just enjoying every song. There's no bad song on this album. There's not a bad song on No Pressure. Everything sounds good. The intro and the outro are both good. Outro's a little long to listen to as a song, but it's still good in its own sense.
I forgot my little anecdote about No Pressure. You keep going, but I'll say it in a second.
But it was just one of the best like endings to something, supposed endings. If it had been the last thing that he had come out with, it would have been a perfect ending.
Yeah.
It
Now-
was just so good.
The reason this is probably number 2 now that I remember it. I was there for the listening party. I watched his Twitch stream when he played the album in its entirety from front to back, and I was there when he was like crying at Heard 'Em Say, crying at Obediently Yours. I shed a tear too because I thought he was retiring, and it was that same day that a guy messaged me on my fan page. I was like, "Yo, I love your page. I just wanted somebody to talk to tonight," because we were both like collectively good Logic fans. I still speak to him to this day. Isaac, I love the guy. Collectively Logic fans. Lives in Washington. I won't give any more of his information away, but it's like a long distance friendship. I love the guy. Met him. Was on the listening party. Loved every second of it. Just a great time. Now we're looking at you.
All right, guys.
You want to play
final-
a song
final
from the album?
Yeah, I'll play a song.
I don't want to know what it is. I'm very interested.
I might not
Zion-
even know this album.
Have we all heard this?
You guys have probably heard this. You've at least heard it on TikTok recently.
Mm-hmm.
Scar Lord.
No. but when I feel like Rose with and one of their songs have been very popular with people that are graduating this year. People are making TikToks.
Did you?
This is
I
very.
hope this isn't what I think it is.
This is why I said it might be controversial. This has, I can't. Oh, I can kind of explain why, but my number one
It's
is
gotta be
very
Harry
recent,
Styles.
right? No, it's not.
Is it One Direction?
No.
Okay, thank God.
No, it's not a boy
I was
band.
gonna flame
not a
you.
boy
band.
I was gonna
No.
flame you.
No.
Bro, it's not a boy band, it's a man band.
It's a
as in Backstreet Boy.
No, but this is very recent to me. Like I've been listening to this band for a little bit, but I only heard like a few songs here and there that I liked. These songs from this album I discovered
Clue. He is not
in
giving us
May.
any hints.
In May.
Oh, like a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
It's
You
your
think
greatest
it's your
album ever.
Favorite?
It's my favorite album. It might be because I'm just loving the songs right now, but I'll still stand by it. It's my number one.
You've got my heart rate up here. I'm I'm genuinely interested to know.
OK Computer by Radiohead.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. That's a
There was-
curveball. That's a good album.
There's many a times where this dude lended me Berserk, and one of their songs would come on at the perfect time, and it just fits so well.
Was it
Exit Film.
Exit Film?
No Surprises is the song I was talking about.
No
Let me hear
surprises.
Ah, yeah, I've heard this song, yeah.
This Karma Police Exit Film.
Let Down, Paranoid Android.
Paranoid Android is really good. You go. This is your
So,
album.
so the reason I say this is because while all the songs are a little different, some lean a little more to like heavier rock, some are more psychedelic. They all, in one way or another, fit the same like genre
I know what you mean.
of like, this is gonna sound weird, but it's like your mind is breaking, or like you are falling into like some deep mental state that you can't really fathom, or you can't like understand within like a few days. Like this is like something that would take a few
It
weeks.
sticks with you.
Yeah, it would take a few weeks to like understand, which is why I think like with the TikTok trend, I don't know if it's super popular, but I've seen it a few times, so I know it's got to be like a little bit of a trend.
Yeah.
People are putting No Surprises over them talking about graduating and how it hasn't hit them that all this time that they've spent with all these people that they've seen days on end, day after day, seeing them for many, many years is going to end because they're all graduating and going their separate ways.
It's like swimming for me. Like it evokes different emotions.
Yeah, and
I like that. I've not heard it in its entirety. I should probably show it.
Yeah, like I sat down and listened to it last night because I was like, I really like some of the songs from this album. I should probably listen to it more. And then doing that made me realize how much I actually like it. And that's why it's my number one. I know it's a curveball, and that's why I said you guys probably wouldn't guess it, and it might be controversial. But
Radiohead's
OK Computer
said
by
to be a
Radiohead.
terrible band. I love Radiohead.
I do too.
Their work is great.
I haven't listened to all of them. I can't say all of their songs are great. Every band.
The battery just died on the camera.
Zion's camera just died.
Yeah, it just died. I now know the limit. An hour and a half was its limit. This was a behemoth of a first Couchcast episode. would you want to be
Sure. Yeah.
like
yeah, I get what you're saying.
in every episode?
Maybe not every.
That's
It just
fine.
depends on what.
The topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know there's some topics that I'm probably not going to feel
Yeah.
want to talk about if I'm being honest.
It's
But
filming.
there's that's my number one. I'm satisfied with saying it. I've got no complaints about everyone else's placements. I feel like everybody had pretty
Yeah.
solid placements.
So, thank you for watching episode 1 of Couchcast.
Couchcast.
Yeah.
Got 180, maybe 90 days in the making.
Yes. The couch. What did I post the other day? It was like 186 days since we made the first episode.
Yeah, it was us.
We were thinking of this back in like March of 2021. Back when we was doing
Before that.
iTurbo 5. It's a reality now. Couchcast every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
That's such a weird.
That's not a weird.
Well, I was like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like Friday, Zeon Devo. I made a thing called Lost Footage, which is like bonus clips and like old videos. Not on more Z&D. We have one sub. It's me. Nobody subbed when I made the announcement. So
That's depressing.
Monday, Lost Footage. Wednesday, Couchcast. Friday, Zeon Devo. So yeah.
Anyways, let us know what you guys. Let us know what you guys thought.
Bad angle.